Hello everybody and welcome to episode 4 of this Burnley career mode. What a career mode it's turning out to be at the moment. No quadruple to go for, so we're going to try for a treble, and we start with our second Europa League group game. As you can see, Burnley are top of the group on goal difference from AC Milan, who we face in the next game. In the terms of the league, we're 2 points behind Manchester City, and we actually have them in the third match. In between the Olympiacos and the City game, in the middle game, we have an intriguing Transpennine match, Lancashire against Yorkshire against Huddersfield Town. So an action-packed episode to come, and I promise you plenty of drama, plenty of excitement, plenty of incidents, and above all, plenty of terrific goal scrambles and goal malfaction. So let's get over to Greece, the game against Olympiacos. Welcome to Athens, where Kasper Dolberg, who hit a hat-trick in the first game on the first match day, well, he got 2 goals in the previous game, and he's on red hot form at the moment, and won't be tied anybody that gets in his way, because he's been in a terrific form, especially in the Europa League game when Real Betis were beaten by 4-1, as I said, on match day 1. They're up against the Greek side, who have got some really good players. Guillem is one to watch out for, Prudence as well, Guerrero up front, Fortunatus who played for Nottingham Forest for a little while, but it's a really good side that is starting to come back. Former Champions League regulars, they do have some terrific European pedigree, the Greeks. Well, the Clarets took to Europe again after 53 years, like water off a duck's back a few weeks ago. This is a real test. Away from home in Europe is a different proposition to beat at Turf Moor, and they go with the usual tried and tested formation and the tried and tested players, with Dolberg and Barnes really leading the line up front. Loftus-Cheek as well has been a revelation in the centre of midfield, and Trippier has settled in to the right back role as if he'd not been away. So we're all set to go then. Burnley in the white shirts and Olympiacos in the stripes, red and white. So a big game in prospect here in Athens tonight, and Burnley now will want to take another maximum points, and a foul already by Ruben Loftus-Cheek here, and it looked an innocuous sort of foul. The referee has taken stronger action than what I thought he would do, and I think that's a little controversial here. Just watch the replay here. Well, no way in the world he's had a yellow card offence. He looks very, very harsh from the referee, but he was adamant, and that looks a tough decision against Ruben Loftus-Cheek as the ball is threaded in. Oof! And almost an early goal there for the Greeks. Header one on the far side, and just wide of Heaton's goal. Vukovic got the final touch, but it went behind, and Tom Heaton, the captain, takes the goal kick. We come like Dolberg in towards Barnes. Still Ashley Barnes holding it up. Charlie Taylor making a good break, the former Leeds United player. There's the cross in there, and the volley hit over the top by Gudmundsson. Taylor just may have put a bit too much venom on his cross, and in the end, the Iceland international Gudmundsson just hitting that one over the top. Judasadis to take the goal kick, the Greek side. It's important Burnley get 3 points from this, because they face AC Milan in the next 2 Europa League games a couple of weeks from now at the San Siro, which you can see in the next episode of this career mode, and Turf Moor after that. Trippier goes forward. There's the shot. Couldn't find Brady that time. Trippier can pick up the loose ball here for the Clarets. Leading wide, of course. This is Taylor, right to left back, and Brady's onside. Gets this cross in, and again they were queuing up the white shirts in the area, but Defoe will hit it and score a superb goal. Well, that'll silence the Politan Greek crowd back shore now. Stephen Defoe with a terrific shot with the right foot, and it sent the Greek supporters in a meltdown. Half cleared the cross from Brady, and then the shot back in finds the top right hand corner. A terrific start for the Clarets here in Athens. Just bends away at the last second. A terrific start for Burnley. Just 14 minutes on the clock. What a power driver that was by Stephen Defoe. And that gives the Clarets the lead. Here's Guerrero. Nacho. Just Cheek has got to be careful. And a chance here for the Greeks to hit back straight away, but good block first of all by Ben Mee, and then Trippier completing the queries, but Fortunatus picks the ball up. Prudence, no crossing there. Taylor winning that one. Mee gives it away once again. The shot comes in and wide. With a warning shot there for Burnley. Fortunatus with the shot. Just narrowly missing the right hand post by a fraction or two. 20 gone. 1-0 to Burnley. But Olympiacos making it back quite difficult here in this group game of the Europa League. Fortunatus. Well, we didn't cross, but Tarkowski got there. Nacho to Prudence. Back to Nacho! Oof. Tell you what, the Clarets are living dangerously here a little bit. Fiercely hit with the left foot by Nacho, just rising as he hit it, unfortunately, but nevertheless, great opportunity. Well, certainly at the turf they are a totally different proposition, as we all know, Burnley, but away from home in Europe, this is going to be a totally new thing for some of these players. Meanwhile, Brady! Well, that was a big chance to make it 2-0. And in the end, he just couldn't keep the shot down at all. Gone by for a goal kick. And up to now 29 minutes almost got of the first half here in Athens. 1-0 to Burnley. Goal by Defoe from all of 25 yards out after 14 minutes, sorry. After Cheek cutting that one out. And Defoe again. Great play again by the Belgian. Defoe is on his way once again, trying to terrorise this Olympiacos defence. Frikovic can pick that one up. Guem. Nacho. Oh, a little bit of a late one there from Gudmundsson. The referee might want to revisit that one as soon as this attack peters out. Guerrero loses out. Gudmundsson picks the ball up and puts Dolberg away. He does need support. And to go forward to Ashley Barnes, but Barnes couldn't be found. Here is Barnes now. And a good turn and a good effort. And just over the top, and Gudmundsson's going to get a talking to from the referee. And a yellow card for him. As we go into the latter stages of the first half, this is what happened. This is the earlier challenge. It just takes him out a little bit. If the referee can give a yellow card for something innocuous as Ruben Loftus-Cheek's challenging the first couple of minutes, then he's going to be liable to give a yellow card for a challenge like that from Gudmundsson. Here is the aforementioned Icelander. Now what about his cross? It's a good one! Dolberg almost getting on the end of it. They'll come for Brady now to knock it back into the mix once again. Dolberg again lurking in the centre as the header was knocked back. But again the Greeks had enough bodies there. Oof! Just a mistimed challenge by Tarkowski. I think that might be a yellow card offence as well, I'm afraid. Yep. Don't challenge too well with the Greeks who wanted a red one, but it was a yellow. I think a yellow was adequate enough, I suppose. think it was the right decision. So free kick to the Greeks. Concerning Burnley there, 3 yellow cards already in the game. 1 unjust, but 2 were justified. As the shot comes in and just wide. And having a good opportunity. They've had a couple of decent opportunities, a couple of decent sides as the side from Greece. But no luck for them in this first half. Burnley certainly leading for that extra set from Stephen Defoe. And there is the half-time whistle. A terrific first half for Burnley, although hanging on a bit, but they lead for that 14th minute goal, a 25-yard cracker from the Belgian international Stephen Defoe. Puts Burnley well on their way. Half-time here in Athens, it's Olympiacos 0, Burnley 1. Welcome back to Athens, everybody, for the start of the second half. And half-time in Spain, incidentally, it's Real Betis 1, AC Milan 1. So as things stand, if scores were to remain the same, Burnley would be topping the group. But here's Fretisadis. He's got 3 in the middle. He couldn't pick out any of them, and his cross was a little bit on the low side and was poor in any case. Gudmundsson trying to shift away from his marker. Can't afford to slide in now and bring a man down. Burnley got a TransPennine Premier League clash on Saturday against, on Sunday rather, against Huddersfield Town. As Dolberg goes forward, and a tremendous save by the goalkeeper. Gudmundsson keeps the ball alive. It's Brady. Well, that was our opportunity to make it 2-0, and just couldn't keep his header down in the end. Goal kick to the Greeks with 10 minutes of the second half played. Trippier will be there ahead of Prudence. Off his cheek. Gudmundsson, good football again from the Clarets. And a ball that might have been intended for the day. Kasper Dolberg was in the end fell for Robbie Brady, and Brady's cross was a poor one. But Ben Mee picks the ball up. And Defoe's to his left and gets a good shot off, and it's a good save. And Defoe hunting for his second goal. Got a good shot off, but a good save on the goalkeeper. And we're hearing that Ruben Loftus-Cheek's going to be substituted. Jack Cork is going to come on, and that is the substitution being made as you see another rerun of the Defoe effort that was saved for this corner to be taken by Gudmundsson. So Cork is now on, and there's the header in. Dolberg trying to get in there, and in the end Fretisadis managed to pounce on that ball. Go home. Prudence. Now Brady. Trippier on the near side. Breaks here invitingly for Gudmundsson. Play goes on. Gudmundsson looked as if he was fouled there. Gets his shot off and scores a beaut. The Clarets double their lead. And it's Johan Berg Gudmundsson. So simple, really. It was untrue. Ball was picked up. Gudmundsson was fouled there first up, and then the second shot was brilliant, right into the top corner. A marvellous strike from the Iceland international, and Burnley could well be heading outright top of the Europa League group. That's the second goal for them tonight, and they haven't needed the likes of Kasper Dolberg whatsoever. And Stutzy making a very wise decision again. Take off Tarkowski, who was on a yellow card. Jack Stevens, the man they got from Southampton, replaces him, and it now goes to 2-0, and the Clarets have now scored 6 goals in their first 2 Europa League games. And they shedded it as well, as you can see there on the possession. 18 to play, 2-0. Prudence. Fortunis. Stevens lost it to Guerrero. And Trippier gets the ball back to Tom Heaton. Now Cork. Oh, lacklustre that pass there, I felt, from Jack Cork. Doesn't really give him much of an opportunity. Oh, now there's a chance here for the Greeks as the ball pulled back, but good defending again, this time by Stevens. Olympiacos making a change. Fretavatis is going to be replaced by Pardo. He's wearing number 90, believe it or not. So he's got a chance now. It's Fortunis to take the corner. Hoisted in there. Good fist away there by Tom Heaton. Gutierrez. Prudence. And again from Nacho's pass. Header one by Jack Stevens. I don't know, what can Dolberg and Barnes do here? Actually Barnes holding it up, but he can't find Dolberg in the end. Well, it's been nothing but comfortable, anything but comfortable for the Clarets tonight, but they're going to be 3 points more better off than they were at the start of the night. As good as it tries to gamble going around the outside that time. Guillaume giving away, no, Defoe wins it. And then here's a chance now for Dolberg to really stretch his legs. Dolberg now! That's the goal he wanted! 3-0. And Dolberg gets his 4th goal in Europe this season and settles the match as a contest. But then about to come on for the closing moments, but what a terrific shot into the right hand corner that was from the deadly right foot of the day in Kasper Dolberg. 3-0. And that's his 4th goal now in the Europa League this season. And that will settle any issue. We're into 3 at a minute as Lennon now comes on for the final curtain call, as it were. Well, the Greeks gave it their all in the first half, but they've come up short. Now Barnes trying to make the score even more absolute. That's 30 seconds. Dolberg trying to flick it around the corner. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day the big picture is that Burnley have another 3 priceless UEFA Europa League points. Goals from Defoe, Gudmundsson, and right at the end there Kasper Dolberg, putting us here on a really professional but very, very dogged away performance. Although the Greeks made it hard for them at times, but they got through it and banked 3 Champions League points, 2 wins out of a 2 and 7 goals to boot. It's finished here in Athens. Olympiacos 0, Burnley 3. So a decent result there, 3 crucial points, takes us 2 points clear. Milan drew with Real Betis. So that finished 1-1, I believe. That finished, I don't know what that finished in the end. It finished 2-2, as you can see there. So 2-2 in Spain. So we're 2 points clear now, and so that's that taken care of for another couple of weeks, and we'll be playing Milan in our next episode, which will be in the San Siro in the very next episode. In fact, it'll be the first game, I believe, in the very next episode, so watch that space if you can. Could be interesting stuff as we go along there. It's going to be a long-winded process, this European campaign, obviously, because we've got an extra knockout round should we get through in February, so we've got a last 32, last 16 and so on. But anyway, it's back to league matters now. Manchester City coming up in a short while, but first we've got a Transpennine derby to come against Huddersfield Town. Now not managed, then in those days managed by David Wagner. Now of course Jan Suet is now the manager there, the former Borussia Dortmund coach in real life, but in this game it's still David Wagner who's the manager. So we've got a red rose against a white rose game. It's a roses battle. Only 30 miles separate the two teams. Huddersfield make the trip to Lancashire to play us, and in what was actually turned out to be not as one-sided as you actually think when you look at the game back fully. It was a really tense, but plenty of goalmouth scramble, plenty of incident, and plenty of drama as we go to the turf. Well, welcome along to Turf Moor, where Burnley and Huddersfield, Transpennines, clash against each other. Lancashire against Yorkshire. Burnley have got the meanest defence, only 4 conceded so far, and as for Huddersfield, just 5 goals in the entire league season so far. And if they want to have any designs of staying up in the Premier League, the West Yorkshire side, they've got to have to score and get a lot more goals than what they've got already to their name. Burnley were unstoppable again in midweek when they trounced Olympiacos in Greece, but this will be another different proposition for them. Huddersfield in their 2nd season in the Premier League, looking to try and beat the 2nd season syndrome, which Burnley did terrifically well last season to finish 7th, and are going well again this season. And there's the man who's in unstoppable form, Kasper Dolberg, with 1 goal to his credit, and it's the same team that beats Olympiacos in Greece with Heat in goal, and then it's Trippier, Tarkowski, me and Taylor across the back. Goodmanson, who scored in the game, Loftus-Cheek, Defoe and Brady. Defoe getting the first one, and there's Barnes, who could do with a goal himself, and Kasper Dolberg there too. And what about Huddersfield Town with Wassell in goal? And then it's Derm, Jorgensen, Congolo, Schindler and Louvre. So a 5-man defence. Hogg, Moy and Balera in the midfield, and up front Mounier and Divock Origi. So away we go then. Burnley in claret and blue, Huddersfield in the blue and white stripes. Burnley attacking the goal from right to left. Balera to Divock Origi. Now Chris Schindler. Louvre, Origi. Balera getting the ball out towards the far side where Derby's making a good purposeful run here. Remember, only 5 goals scored this season for Town. For Huddersfield Town this season. But it's a poor cross, and Loftus-Cheek into it straight away. 6 minutes gone now here at the turf. Barnes around the corner. Says Dolberg on his way! Oh! This man cannot stop scoring. There he is. Kasper Dolberg celebrates in front of the Burnley fans. Another goal to his credit this season. This man is unstoppable. 7 minutes gone and Burnley already in the lead. It was Loftus-Cheek. Wood was touched there from Barnes. Lovely one-touch stuff. Maybe looking at the goalkeeper here, could he have done better here, Jonas Losel? It's low down, but even so, I think he should say that, to be fair. But take nothing away from the shot from Kasper Dolberg, and that's what Stutzy thinks of that. Terrific start for the Clarets. And that's his 8th already this season in the league. If you add on the goals he got in the Europa League, another 4 on top, that's 12 for the season in all competitions. And this man really is an unstoppable force, there's no doubt about that. Burnley 1 up. Another spill with it all to do against the Premier League's meanest defence, and here's Goodmanson now. Chance here to make it 2. Oh, another mistake! Went right through Luzo's legs. And it's 2-0 Burnley. Should be savable, that. Burnley have gotten lucky a couple of times here. Again struck low, and Luzo's got a little bit of time, and he goes, well, maybe not through his legs, but it certainly goes through him. It's another poor goal, another poor soft goal for Huddersfield to concede. Goodmanson's goes 2 in 4 days, and Burnley go 2 up. And both goals are down to the goalkeeper, I'm afraid. It's going to be a long old afternoon for Huddersfield Town. Hogg, Origi. They bought him with him in mind actually. They got him in mind for the fact they've only scored 5 goals in the league this season. He can't score goals at this level, Origi, but he needs the service. It's Loftus-Cheek tries the shot. Origi can win it back for Huddersfield, but Trippier wins it now, and the England man lays it in there, nearly finding English-born Austrian international Ashley Barnes. Robbie's Brady. Brady's cross looking towards Barnes, nearly finding the 4. Good sensible ball here to Trippier. Return, tries to play a little chip ball there towards Gudmundsson, but he can't be found. Ball breaks kindly down for Trippier. Bursting down the right hand channel, cross towards the back stick. Comes to the 4, good football again. Gudmundsson to try another shot. Oh! Again, Lurzo wasn't too comfortable with that effort there. It has been a very torturous 27 minutes for the Huddersfield goalkeeper. And a good effort from Loftus-Cheek that just clears the crossbar. Is this well, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, signed for Chelsea? Needed a permanent move really to get his career back up and running again. Maybe he's found his niche and he's found his true calling in football here at Turf Moor. Several run spells as well, Loftus-Cheek, and here he is now on the ball. He's slated into Gudmundsson. First time cross is a good one. Well, it wasn't a good one because it was half-headed out, but Defoe to pick it up. Corner given. Got a slight, well, he got a big deflection actually. As you'll see here, he strikes the shot. It's the defender on the legs. It might have been Schindler actually with the block. Gudmundsson to whip the corner in. Well, won again by Defoe. Try to spray it out to the corner taker. And here's Origi now to Levra. Hogg. 10 to play towards half time, and it looks as if it's an open and shut case as Barnes tries to go in there, but Gongola got it away for Huddersfield. Barella. Aaron Moy. And Burnley midfield really winning the midfield battles here. That's why it's 2-0 now to Burnley. With both goalkeepers, both were goalkeeping errors by Jonas Losel. That's uncharacteristic there from Trippier because it's given Steve Mounier a chance, and now Hogg. Chance here for Huddersfield to make inroads, but the ball from Roy is a poor one. Couldn't find Durham, and a goal kick's been given. Jarnberg Gudmundsson. Well, maybe a handful for Jonas Losel would be a better heading than what we're seeing there. Because the goal he got, well, much to the goalkeeper's error than anything else, not taking away the fact that Gudmundsson hit that with decent power, but even so, as we go into stoppage time, actually there is 3 minutes, it's still savable for the goalkeeper. I don't think Huddersfield's keeper's got too much of an excuse. He's had a torturous first 45 minutes, that is for sure. Origi, Mounier, Trippier cuts that out, and there goes the half-time whistle to probably the vast relief of the Huddersfield side here, because they've had a torturous first 45 minutes, especially their goalkeeper Jonas Losel at fault for both goals. The first one scored by Kasper Dolberg, but it was definitely savable, and the second one ran right through from Gudmundsson, and Burnley in control. Burnley 2, Huddersfield 0. Here's the half-time score. And welcome back to Turf Moor for the second half of this Burnley versus Huddersfield game. And no changes, as you were, Garrett, at the half-time interval. Heads Origi goes forward, and a big opportunity there at the start for Huddersfield, attacking the end where their supporters were are congregated behind. That's another good opportunity there, big opportunity there for Huddersfield. First chance they've really fashioned. And Loftus-Cheek's got Gudmundsson in there, little chip back, Barnes is there, Dolberg was also hunting in there as well. Burnley in complete control, although they'll be a little bit relieved that no goal came from that first attack from Huddersfield. Taylor. Tarkowski. And a little canter forward, and Tarkowski will try the shot, little deflection, but Lurzel this time better positioned. What a big game that is next week. October 20th, Man City. That's coming up later in this episode as well. And a game that really does promise to be. Origi. Hogg. This is better from Huddersfield. Mounier! Well, they'll be happy that the ball went over the crossbar from a Claret's point of view. It was a lovely build-up play there. David Wagner will be pleased with that. Huddersfield have made a change, which we'll confirm in a second, but I can confirm that Jack Cork will come on and will replace the aforementioned Stephen Defoe. Just to clear up the Huddersfield change, the Proctor has come on. Taylor. Casper Dolberg. Barnes in a bit of space now. What a chance now. Ashley Barnes. And again. 3-0. That settles it. Ashley Barnes makes it 3. Had 2 bites at the cherry, admittedly, but there's an old phrase, you know, at first you don't succeed, try again. First shot was charged down by Schindler. The shot came in, and this time Lozo, who admittedly will be at fault for the first 2 goals that went past him, could do little about that rasping shot from Barnes. It's only his 3rd of the season, but it gives Burnley that extra cushion they desperately needed. And now it goes to 3-0 the scoreline. And I think there's no doubt about it. I think there's only going to be one winner from now on in. 25 to go. It's just a case now of how many now for the Clarets. I think Huddersfield know with Burnley's defensive record that the game is well and truly up for them. Remember that Burnley have only conceded 4 goals so far this season, which is the meanest in the division. So that just shows what a real obstacle they're up against now, as Dolberg tries to lean in there towards Barnes. He almost got there, but Congola just had about a yard or two's head start on him. Over now, racing to keep that in play, and he's done just that. A chance here for Huddersfield now to try and pierce that Burnley defence, and they have a shot and a goal. Well, the defence has been breached by Laurent Depotre, the substitute. 3-1. So a little bit of cheer for the Yorkshire side to enjoy the out this afternoon on what's been a pretty trying day for them. May have been a hint of handball off his hand when he controlled the shot there. Yeah, it comes off his arm. Burnley may have a grievance to be aggrieved there, because the Potter used his arm in controlling it, but he was allowed to go on. And to be fair, he hit a fantastic shot, which not even the brilliant Tom Heaton could have done anything about. It's his first of the season. Burnley will be a little bit annoyed by that, because they would have felt it was a handball, and it did look a harsh decision against them, but it's still a goal on the ball for Huddersfield. But the points, surely, barring accidents, will still be stayed here at Turf Moor, you would have thought. But maybe not. Here's Lovra. It's absolutely got the chance now. Hogg! Oh, I tell you what, if he hit that with a bit more venom, Tom Heaton might have had a problem, and Burnley might have been in for an anxious finish to the game. Huddersfield now really having a go here, and full credit to them. Hogg. Durham. He's got away from Ben Mee here. And the cross back, deflected. Oh, and it's a chance inside the area, and it's Divock Origi. And that should have maybe been 3-2. What an opportunity for the former Liverpool man to make it a real grandstand finish, as Holt comes off for Huddersfield Town. And we're going to see a change. Off comes Loftus-Cheek. Tom Davis, signed from Everton, comes on. It's been interesting one way or another this afternoon. It might be just as well that Barnes got that 3rd one, because since then Huddersfield have really booked up their ideas. And here's Moy. Burnley win it back though. And Davis, good ball to Goodmanson. He's supporting the centre here. And it's towards the back post where Brady was lurking, but he heads it over. And Derber off. And Smith on. Tommy Smith, that is. And Goodmanson will be replaced by former Spurs man and Leeds man Aaron Lennon. It's a good round of applause. Goodmanson scored one of the goals in the first half. 2 goals down to goalkeeper Aaron, there's no doubt about that, from Jonas Osel. Burnley will take any goal that comes to them. The one thing Stotty will be annoyed with, I know him as a manager, he's a perfectionist. He'd be annoyed about the goal that Huddersfield have scored, and they might get another one here. As we go deep into stoppage time at the end, I have to say Huddersfield today, to give them their fair dues, they've come here and even at 3-0 down, they've come here and made a fight of it, and that's good to see. As Moy gets the ball in and towards the area, oh, and Heaton had it, lost it and got it again. And it almost was 3-2 right at the end, but it's remained 3-1, and that's how it's finished. Well, it was actually quite an interesting, dramatic game, despite it being quite one-sided for a large period. Burnley had raced into a 3-0 lead. There were 2 up at half-time, thanks to goals from Dolberg and Goodmanson after mistakes by the keeper. Then Barnes made it 3, and then in the end Potter pulled one back, and considerably they could have had a couple more there, Huddersfield. It could have ended 3-3 as it is. Burnley get the result and win by 3-1. Well, that's interesting now. Burnley winning, City only drawing. We now lead Manchester City on goal difference, and this is now a crucial stage of the episode now, because we're saving the biggest and best one till very, very last. Cardiff City, Newcastle and Bournemouth incidentally occupy the other 3 spots, and Manchester United and Arsenal and Liverpool struggling at the moment to get some rhythm going in their seasons in the bottom half of the table, all those clubs. But it's top against second now. We hold a slight goal difference advantage over City going into this game, which puts us top at their expense. We go to the Etihad, we open up a potentially 3-point gap over our potential title rivals. So this game at the Etihad was so crucial, and I can tell you it was tense, but very, very tight as well. Let's get over to the Etihad and see if we could go 3 points clear. Well, welcome along to the Etihad Stadium, the City of Manchester Stadium, to give it his old title. And what a game we've got here. The top 2 against each other. Burnley leading on goal difference, well, by the virtual fact that they're actually alphabetically above Manchester City in alphabetical order, but both teams can't be separated. One record may have to go, both unbeaten. And both teams playing with real swagger and confidence. So this might be a tough game. And 2 strong lineups too. Ederson in goal for Manchester City. Then Walker, Company, Otamendi and Mendy across the back. Silva, Fernandinho and Gundogan in the midfield. And Mahrez, Jesus and Sane up front. So no place in the 11 for Sergio Aguero. And he's not even amongst the substitutes either. But De Bruyne, Hummels and Sterling definitely are. But still a very strong Manchester City lineup. As for the Clarets, unchanged as you would expect. Tom Heaton in goal, Trippier, Tarkowski, Mee and Taylor the back 4. They'll be annoyed at conceding that late goal for Huddersfield last week. Goodmanson, Loftus-Cheek, Defoe and Brady at the midfield 4. Barnes and the man-informed Kasper Dolberg with 12 goals in all competitions up front. And Phil Foden is amongst the substitutes. He, of course, joined from Manchester City in the summer. Once accompanying the Manchester City captain, Tom Heaton, the Burnley skipper. Top of the table game. Beautiful sunlit afternoon. Autumn afternoon here in Manchester. And it's City in the sky blues to get us underway, going from right to left. Burnley claret and blue going from left to right. Walker. Straight to the 4. Dolberg. Barnes has not stayed on side and he's offside. And you can quite clearly see on the replay as Dolberg plays the ball, he was offside. Company with a 3 kick then. And now a Manchester resident has married a local girl, incidentally, Vincent Company, and there's a lot of charitable work in the city. Off to Cheek. Company to get it away. Now Mendy. Gundogan. Mendy keeps it in play. Now finds Leroy Sané. Sané with the ball in. Tom Heaton. Looking that one out the air with no trouble at all to him. Now Defoe. And Barnes. Barnes! First blood to Burnley. And it's Ashley Barnes. 1-0. 10 minutes just over gone. And a wonderful rated through ball. Barnes hit it, took his time, hit the shot. And the goalkeeper just didn't have a prayer. And the team that went into this game as leaders by virtue of the fact that they are higher alphabetically than Manchester City are, well, they're now in the lead, and Barnes hits 2 in 2 for this season in the league. And he's a great foil for Kasper Dolberg in that Burnley attack. But he's also a terrific striker in his own right, and as he proved there, that was a deadly sort of finish to give Burnley that 1-goal lead. So Brady to take the throw. Defoe round the corner. Fernandinho cuts that out. City have got it all to do. Unbeaten both these sides going into this game. Gunmansson. Fair tackle there. Quarter of an hour gone. Burnley lead. Ashley Barnes' goal. 4th of the season. Heaton. Oh, he's hit a defender! And he's hit the post! Oh, Tom Heaton will be the most relieved man from a Burnley point of view inside this stadium right now. His error, and it wasn't punished. And now Brady. Brady! Well, what drama here inside this first 20 minutes. We've had a goal, a mistake by a goalkeeper that wasn't punished because the shot smashed off the post, and then, as you just saw there, Robbie Brady hitting a shot just wide. All happening here at the Etihad. Edison with the goal kick. Manchester City 0, Burnley 1. Sané. Given away though. Defoe. Taylor. Brady. 2 to his right. 3 to his right now. And the header was won, and I think it was Barnes who got in there. Could have been Goodmanson, in fact. The flag had actually gone up against the Iceland man. Pat Barnes was nowhere in the vicinity. It is a free kick to Manchester City. Right, so the Burnley fans, you can now hear in the background that are cheering and are joyous in the celebrations. Defoe did magnificently well, first to win the tackle, then to hook the ball back. And Taylor did just as equally as well. And he's found a 4 here. And he'll hit the shot! Oh, what a save! Stephen Defoe, brilliant! Well, he won the ball back initially in the middle of the midfield when he made a great tackle, hooked it to Taylor, who did equally as well. He laid it in back to Defoe, who had a right foot rasp of a ball with 25 yards. And Edison pulled off an extraordinary good save. Coming up towards a half an hour. Goodmanson with the corner. Header one. And it was Ben Mee of all people by the penalty spot who got the header in. But it was a really good piece of judgment by Edison. Good possessioning. David Silva to Ilkwa Gundogan. Chip forward. And Taylor read it like a book. And a foul on Stephen Defoe. Free kick to the Clarets. They want to get on with it. But Tarkowski needed to make sure that the ball was not moving and it was stationary as the ball was played. And now Gudmundsson's cross back. Oh, and Barnes within an 8, so getting on the end of it. Dolberg to Brady. Brady's ball in was a little bit hurried because he did have a defender right on his tail. David Silva, Kyle Walker, Jesus, Brady intercepts, Sane wins it back, Sane again, Company, Silva, coming towards the closing stages of the first half, 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and here's David Silva through, and Gundogan, and Silva! Real dangerous signs there for the Clarets. As we go into the final minute of the first half, David Silva smashing a good shot, but just over the crossbar. Wow, what a game this has been. Silva's header, Jesus, Gundogan, Jesus. Lovely football as we go into the stoppage time, 3 added minutes here from Manchester City. Mahrez, Silva again. And it's still not clear. Mahrez to Silva. Gundogan on the edge of the area. 40 might strike his Sane! Terrific save by Tom Eaton! What a finish in his first half! And he looks suspiciously offside too! But Tom Eaton played the game and not the whistle. Corner to City. We've had more than the 3 added minutes. This will be the last thing. Silva playing it in, and the ball has not been kept in by Jesus. And well, to Burnley's relief more than anything else, it's half time. But they do lead. Ashley Barnes with the goal. That separates the two sides, but it's been too close for comfort. Half time then. Manchester City 0, Burnley 1. Welcome back to the Etihad then for the second half. Not the only big game taking place this weekend, of course. Later on, we've got Chelsea against Manchester United in the round of fixtures. That's going to be something very important. That kicks off at 5:30. But here's Burnley now on the attack in the first big match of the weekend. He strikes it wide. Summit meeting between these two sides. Edison did have the goal covered. One minute's gone in then in the second half. Barnes' 11th minute goal, the difference. City have had their chances. Mahrez, Walker, couldn't find Gundogan. City can build again with Gundogan once more. Mahrez, Sane, blocked again by Tarkowski. Corner. City about to make a substitution. Kevin De Bruyne, their midfield maestro, comes on, and he can turn the game at a drop of a hat. Almost 10 minutes gone in the second half. Sane with the corner. Heaton comes and got a decisive fist to it, but only as far as Fernandinho. Now Otamendi forward, and De Bruyne hits the shot and it deflects away. As we see a replay of De Bruyne's shot off the defender Ben Mee. Jack Cork about to replace Ruben Loftus-Cheek. As Burnley just fetch on some fresh legs just to carry the fight. Sonny again. And Heaton was off limits once more, but it's Otamendi now. Otamendi for City over the bar. And Burnley breathe again. Typical centre-back's finish from Otamendi in the end, and perhaps not too pleased, shall we say. Heaton's kick. So we approach an hour gone here at the Etihad. Still a slender 1-0 lead to Burnley. As things stand, they lead the table outright. The City are not finished yet. Heaton just got it away. Looks for Dolberg's head. David Silva picks it up for City. One ball forward, but Taylor's there again. Now Defoe to Goodmanson to Ashley Barnes. Otamendi across, and that's a foul Although it did look a fair tackle there on Otamendi by Barnes, the referee has penalised it now. Leroy Sané's been replaced and Raheem Sterling will come on. This game is far from over yet. City go long, but only find the 4. Now here's the man in the moment, Kasper Dolberg, the man in real hot form. And he might get a second bite and a cherry. Oh, and he's hit the bar. He's hit the crossbar, Kasper Dolberg. Brady digs out the cross. Cork! Is the goal being given? No, it's offside. Offside. Well, company's come off. And Matt Hummels replaces him. City make the change. Get away with one. But Dolberg just before that slammed a terrific shot and hit the bar. Less than 20 minutes to play. Raheem Sterling. Mahrez, good block. And Heaton holds on. What a game this is turning out to be. The 4 wins it. Barnes wins it. Mendy will win it. Gudmundsson battling hard. The referee allowing it to go on. John Moss, sensible referee by him. And here's Fernandinho for City. The supporters willing him on. And here's Silva. Can Burnley hang on in there? Jesus. And the shot. And Heaton again. With another sprawling save. And still the danger not over yet. Burnley wasted that chance to clear. Silva. De Bruyne. De Bruyne's ball back. And Sterling saves. Oh, Heaton saves from Sterling. This is turning into a dramatic finale. Can the Clarets hold on in there? Ball step forward. Heaton's ball. And now we'll look to find Trippier. Barnes' 11-minute goal, still deciding it. Burnley have been on the rack for a long period. And now have a chance. Barnes, oh, he tried to play it into Dolberg and couldn't get the ball away. Last minute. Dolberg fouls his man, and that will suit Burnley. Also, it means they can get a substitute on. Stephen Defoe comes off. He's had a great game in the midfield areas, won many a battle there. And former Everton man Tom Davis, a scouser who's got the qualities of a fight in him, comes on. 3 added minutes. We've had one of them. Davis to Barnes, looking to get Dolberg on his way, and he's been found. Dolberg, good save by Ederson. But Burnley won't be too dissatisfied because it gives them a chance now to just see out the victory. And it could have been more than the one they've got. Burnley will still be going top, but my word, they've had to work hard for it. Gudmundsson's corner. And the ball bounces loose. And there goes the whistle. Burnley have hung on and have won the game, the semi meeting. Ashley Barnes' goal after 11 minutes was enough to get all 3 points. Burnley did hit the bar in the second half. Dolberg had another effort saved. But Barnes is the hero. Tom Heaton was the hero. A couple of terrific saves. And Manchester City will look back on real missed chances there. But what a result for Burnley. And they go outright top of the league. It's finished Manchester City 0, Burnley 1. Wow, interesting now. 3 points to gap now between us and Manchester City. This is getting interesting. Oh, my commentary was absolutely superb. I was up for that one. We do our... The games you see there, I do the commentary live as I'm playing it, and my word, I was half excited when I did the commentary that particular day. It was just unbelievable. But 3 points, what a way to end the episode. 3 victories, tense and tight in their own rights, although the Olympiacos one was a little bit more cut and blow dry. But a fantastic result, fantastic performance, and now we've got that brings us to the end of the episode. Next episode we've got Milan away, Chelsea at home, and West Ham away. So some big games, 2 away, sandwiched in between, in the middle, that Chelsea home game. So 3 massive games coming up in episode 5. Thanks for joining us for episode 4, and we'll see you for episode 5 very soon. Take care now. Bye.